I'm Sasha from DNA Slot Cars, and we arrived at the Scale
Oh,
Auto
cool.
Racing Center
What
in
happened to
Houston,
that table?
Texas.
For me to do my thing.
Well, I mean, let's see.
Hi,
Hi,
what's your name?
it's Russell. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, they're conning everybody. They already know each other.
Well, how can I help you?
Well, I was going to ask you if you could give us a little tour around here.
Sure, why not? Sure, yeah. So this is our shop with all of our stuff in here. All of our cars for sale.
Nice.
All the controllers that we rent to people. Some Hot Wheels over there for we do Hot Wheels.
Nice keychains.
Nice keychains. We do have nice keychains.
Is that truck for slot cars or Hot Wheels?
No, I think it's just for decoration.
Ah.
Now, if you want to see some really old stuff.
The snacks.
No, not the snacks aren't the old
I'm
stuff.
joking.
But in here, this is a vintage slot car treasure box right here.
That looks pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
And this is untouched since probably 1970s.
Did you let anybody see that?
This is special. This is a little treasure.
That's very nice.
This was a guy who used to race years ago, and when he passed away, his wife gave us this to remember him by.
Very nice. And what are those actual cars? Russell?
So we got a cheetah here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't recognise the chassis, but
Custom built, I think.
I don't know. I think the chassis for me is probably from a kit, but I don't know enough about the vintage chassis. Got a couple of chaparrals. There's a nice chaparral. Needs some work, obviously.
Mm. They're beautiful looking, aren't they? Those old school vehicles.
They're nice
Amazing.
ones.
There's a McLaren there.
That's nice.
They're nice cars.
Very cool.
There you go.
Is that one that he finished?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
There
nice.
you go.
Nice to have that as well.
Yeah, nice little display. All right, you want to come and see the tracks then?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Wait.
Walk that way. All right.
What's the...
Okay. Right. So here are our tracks.
Nice. What type of tracks are they?
So they are homemade. We built them ourselves. This one was a rescue. We found this in a barn, and it was all curled up, and we flattened it all out, put new braid on it, repainted it, put all the supports underneath. Now this track is a 1/24 scale. It's good enough to run the 24 scale Carrera cars. Not as big as the big commercial tracks, but still, it's a 4-lane 1/24 scale. We run some NASCAR on here, some hard body 1/24 NASCAR, and a few other things. A lot of guys use this to just tune their cars.
Do you use other types of cars on this?
Yeah, we almost, we run Scalextric on there sometimes. So anything, in fact, even the Carrera Go cars will run on that. But it's just a very big track for Carrera Go. Okay, and then here is our Hot Wheels drag strip. Now we race on this every other Friday, and the guys come here and they race seriously. $2
demo.
Sure. So you want to put a couple of cars on there?
Actually, I'll just get some from the top.
Oh.
Red.
Now we have quite a few guys come in on Friday to race those.
It's good fun, though.
It's good fun. It's simple fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now here is our main track. This is where we do all of our racing on Sundays.
Which type of track is this?
So we built this ourselves, but originally the track was modelled on a Scalextric track that was the same size. But so all of this was all Scalextric, which is a lot of Scalextric track. But eventually we decided that we wanted to have something that was smoother, more reliable, tougher. So we built this out of MDF. So we built this ourselves. So it's MDF with chalkboard paint. Magnetech braids, so we can run our magnet cars. Driver stations with the traditional 3-post connectors, but also we have both male and female XLR connectors. And we also have a cut-off switch, should there be any need to cut off the power.
What's the lane length on this?
It's about 117 feet. So
Good size.
it's a good size. A good lap time here, if you're running the Carrera cars, a good lap time is about 9.5 seconds.
Right.
Nice.
What about the driver's station? Let's have a look at that again.
So the marshalling stand here is where we manage all of the races from. So we have a screen that the drivers can see and a screen that the marshals can see. And then when there is a track call, a hazard as we call it, we just hit the space bar and it kills the power of the track.
That's cool. Oh, really? Thank you.
And we run slightly different kind of format for races. A lot of places they'll run a race where they are doing a fixed amount of time and it's how many laps you can do in an amount of time. But we don't. We do 5-lap sprint races and then we do multiple rotations through each lane.
What type of cars do you race on Sunday with the
So we
track?
run Carrera GT cars every week. And then we also run a separate class, and that rotates between slot.it Group Cs, which we really enjoy, the Polycar BRZs, and also the Scalextric DTM cars. But we are going to replace in not this current season, but next season, we're going to replace the BRZ class with slot.it DTM cars.
Nice.
Cool.
So I forgot to ask, can I do a podcast with you?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
What about this dyno area there? 'Cause
Oh yeah.
All right, so this is our marshalling technical inspection area. So guys, when they come to race, we have a limit to how much magnetic downforce they're allowed to have, because otherwise people would just add loads and loads of magnets. So this is our system that we made to measure magnetic downforce. We also have a dyno, because we want to make sure that people are running stock motors. So we have a dyno here just to check that the car's within a range that would be close to stock. This is also where we run our tyre trimming station. But when you enter a race, we have your name down on a piece of paper. We check your downforce and your dyno. Sometimes we'll also check how much current draw your motor is making, and just to make sure that everybody's running with the rules.
Nice.
Nice setup.
All of our Formula One flags. Look at those. Look, McLaren, Jordan, my Lewis. That Porsche sign was rescued from the back of a Porsche dealership,
Nice.
and we try to fix it as best we can.
When did you get this Penzor one?
That one I got in 2002, I think, from Midland, Texas.
Is it a real body or is it just handmade?
No, it was a real body.
Oh,
It was
nice.
a go-kart. Yeah, it was a gas-powered go-kart, and I won it in a raffle. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Now, when guys are racing, you see these boxes on the wall?
Yep.
So what happens is when they finish racing, when we start racing, all the cars we race are in this box. And once they're in that box, the guys can't play with them anymore. They can only race them. They can't be tweaking them or messing with them. And then they put their stuff in here. So they put their controller, their tire juice, their rags, whatever. They put in there. All right, what do you think?
It sounds great.
Cool.
So, what's the plan?
Well, I was gonna ask, could you do an interview with us?
Surely, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Good setup there.
Hi guys, good seeing you again.
Tony, beautiful car, man. Beautiful car. I like that colour.
Oh, that was
Excuse
your
me.
Camaro? Yeah. Oh, red. I pulled it right behind him.
Oh yeah, yours are the blue.
Yeah.
You're going to park next to him.
Nice car too.
Hang on, do I need makeup? Do I need makeup on my...
So I'm about to interview Russell Cox from Scale Auto Racing. So, how much do people have to pay to get to race?
If they already have their own cars. So we charge a flat race fee of $7.50, and that gets them into a race, and they can run they run 2 rotations on each lane for a race for $7.50, which is pretty good. That's an hour's worth of entertainment.
Nice. How did you get into slot cars?
Oh, I got into slot car racing a long time ago. My father, when I was very young, he had a slot car set on the dining room table, and as a little boy of about 7 years old, I was never allowed to touch the cars. And so when I came to America in the 1990s, that was when eBay was starting, and I started to buy old slot cars on eBay, and then it just grew from there. Now I have 4,000 cars.
Oh wow, I want that much now. What's your favorite car and brand, like track brand?
Track brand? Oh, that's a very tough question. So there are so many good choices. That's the tough thing. I really like Carrera. I really like Carrera because it's a very good price for a car, and they're a beautiful model, and they all run very nicely. I like the slot.it products a lot. I've always liked the slot.it products. I really enjoy the Group C cars. I think they're very nice. I quite like Scalextric still. It's a traditional brand for me, but I like the cars because they make some fun cars. The Mr. Bean car, you know, they have a Land Rover coming out now. They have Thunderbirds cars. So I really like those. So many good choices. It's very tough to pick a brand. If I had to have a track, I have so many tracks at home, but if I had to buy a track to make a home set, I'd probably buy Carrera track and then run whatever car I wanted.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Do you have a track at home? You basically answered that, but...
Do I have a track? A track? No, I don't have anything set up at my house. I get to have a big room to have all of my cars on display, but I don't have a room for a track. But in my garage, I have a whole lot of boxes full of unused track.
Oh my.
Ninko, Carrera, Scalextric, Revell, Monogram, all kinds of tracks in boxes, all sitting there doing nothing.
I think you should touch those one day.
I think I should, but you know, it's very tough to justify that when I can come here anytime I like and play on the track here at our shop.
What types of track do you have in the store?
So we sell 3 brands mostly: Policar, Carrera, and Scalextric.
Do you have a track name? Like, do you name your track?
You know, we talked about that a lot. A lot of the guys will refer this to as Cypress Point, but it's not really the official name. And I would like to name all the corners on the track. You know how they do in Formula One, where they say this is Cops or Maggots or Eau Rouge, right? I would love to name all the tracks, especially after some of the people that have raced with us who aren't with us anymore. I think that would be a nice thing to do.
Like name them after the corners?
Yeah, name the corner after that person. Yeah.
That's nice.
Do you want to have a channel?
Oh, it's hard work, isn't it? You know, it's tough because to be, you know, me and my 2 buddies, we own this place, so we have to run this as a business. So there's lots of things involved in running a business. Even if you're a small business, you have to buy stuff and pay invoices and do tax returns and, you know, clean the bathrooms and work in the shop. And on top of that, I still have to do a real job. And there just isn't time. I wish there was. I would love to have a YouTube channel. I watch a lot of the guys, you know, I watch your channel, you know, I watch Travis's channel, you know, I watch a lot of the channels. I watch Dave Kennedy's Stock Car News. You know, I like to watch those things. It's good to know what other people are doing, but I just don't have time.
What age were you when you first saw a slot car?
7, I think. About your age, I guess. Yeah, about 7. Yeah. When I grew up in England, every boy I went to school with wanted Scalextrics or had Scalextric. Everybody has it.
People must.
Where were we at?
What age were you when you first saw a slot car?
About 7, I think. Yeah.
Same age as you were.
Same age as you. And I think I said, Scalextric. Every boy at my school had Scalextrics or wanted Scalextric. Everybody had it. And we would go to the toy store and we would get the catalogue to see which cars were coming out next year. And I still have all of those catalogues from all of those days.
Oh my. People must love Scalextric back then.
They did. And in England, a lot of the time we don't even call it slot car racing. We just call it Scalextric. Even if it's Ninko or NSR, it's just Scalextric.
Do you know what? You're one of the only people I've heard actually calling it by its proper name.
Scalextric.
Yeah, nobody ever pronounces the X generally.
No, they
Funny.
Scalextrics.
Yeah.
Scalextric. I practice that. Scalextric.
When did you first start scale auto racing?
Oh, we started here. We started the first shop in 2001. We ran that for a while. And then when there was a downturn in the economy, we closed the shop, and then we reopened the shop as it is now in right before COVID. So we've been here 4 years now. So 2019, I think, was our first year. And we opened 3 weeks before COVID started.
What's your favorite part of running scale auto racing?
Oh, there are so many parts. I really enjoy the racing. But I tell you one of the things that I think is really of great value. When I go to my regular job, there are a lot of people who are just like me. They come from the same sort of socioeconomic background, same level of schooling. They're in the same kind of career as me. And it's a lot of people just like me. When I come to Scale Auto Racing to race, I race with all kinds of people. But some are young, some are old. I don't know if the guy racing next to me is a plumber or a judge. He could be anybody. And I really like that because I get to meet a whole different group of people.
We know you like slot cars, but do you have your own slot car collection? And if you do, what can you tell us about your collection and what's your most valuable car?
Oh, yes. So, yes, I do have a big collection, about 4,000 cars. I recently converted one of the rooms in my house to be a display room for my cars. I have cars going all the way back to when I was a child.
Oh, wow.
I especially wanted to try. Remember, I told you about how we used to get the catalogs,
Yeah.
and I remember seeing in the catalogs the cars I really wanted, but I could never afford with my pocket money. So a lot of those cars, I went back onto eBay and places like that to find those cars, those old cars from when I was a kid. So I started buying some of those. What's my most valuable one? Valuable money-wise, I'm not sure. I have a couple that are unusual and rare and worth maybe a couple of $1,000s each. But I think to me, it's not so much the monetary value, but some cars to me are very treasured because they mean something to me. So one of my friends here who has a big slot car museum in town, Bernard, he gave me one year for my birthday, he gave me one of the first Scalextric cars. It's a tin plate made of metal. And instead of a guide flag, it has a little wheel that runs in the track. And that's very valuable to me because it's unusual, it's rare, and it was a present from a friend. And I've got some that my sons bought for me for presents, things like that are important, or cars that I really liked in real life. And I scratch build a few too. So when I can't find a car I want, I try and make one, which is why I'm working on a Toyota Sienna minivan.
Oh.
Maybe Russell could build me a reliable E60 M5.
Yes. Probably more reliable. Cheaper to run too.
Do you like real cars too? And if you do, what's your dream car?
Oh, yes, I do love cars. I do love cars. I love cars a lot. I have a Corvette that I bought when I first came to America, and I still have her. I really enjoy that car, but I'm not necessarily a Corvette guy. I like all kinds of cars. I like all kinds of cars. I like rally cars. I like Formula One cars. I like sports cars. I like sports sedans. I like almost every car there is.
Sports cars are really cool because race cars.
Yeah. Now I've got all kinds of favorites. I really enjoy racing my BMW M1. I'm not a BMW guy, but I love my M1. I like Ferraris to some degree, but I love Ferrari F40s. All kinds of cars. All kinds of cars.
What's your favorite out of one?
My favorite, if I could buy any car today, what would I get?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I would get?
What?
I would get a Ford Escort.
Oh, now that's a good choice.
Now, the original. So there's a company in Wales that are remanufacturing the Mark I Escort with a 2.4 litre, 350 brake horsepower Millington engine in it. And they make it in full race spec. If I could have any car, I'd have that. Or they also make a MG Metro 6R4. And I wouldn't mind one of those. But they are $200,000.
Oh.
You said I could have anything.
Yeah, but... So what's your favorite livery?
Golf.
So same as us.
To me, it's iconic. And I love, when they do things like in modern cars where they have a tribute livery. I love that. To me, that is the most iconic livery. It looked good on the Ford GT40. It looked good on the Porsche 917. That color always looks good.
That's true. You have some really good choices as cars and liveries.
Thank you.
So, do you like running this place? And how did you build this by hand, or did you just find this and buy it?
So we rent this place. Now, when we got this place, it didn't look anything like this. There was no ceiling. There was a big metal roof that's way up there. The floor was dirty concrete because this was a transmission shop. So we came in here and we cleaned the floor, scraped it and painted it. We put in a drop ceiling. We put in the air conditioning, which you need here in Houston.
Oh, yes.
We painted the walls, we put all the decoration up. So it was a transmission shop before, and now we rent it. We like the place because it's a huge amount of space. The truth is we wouldn't mind having somewhere bigger, but we'll see how that works out. Do I enjoy running it? Yeah, I really do. It's me and two of my buddies, Paul and Jeff, and the three of us, we're pretty good mates and we enjoy running a business together. And it's a really good test of a friendship is whether you can run a business together. But we run a business quite well together. We're very proud of what we've got. We think we've done a good job. We like it a lot when people come here on a Sunday. Tomorrow we may have 15 or more people here racing. We have that every week. And those guys come here, they have a great time. We all chat and laugh and joke and we all go home. And I'm very, very proud of that.
You must have some good So do you mind if I challenge you for a race?
You're on. Let's do it.
Sounds good. In the other car.
So I challenge Russ for a race, and I hope it goes well. And I'm going to be racing on lane 4.
What country is that? Lane 4?
Subaru is Japanese.
No, I meant
The main
that particular model.
132 Carrera,
it's a
Kenwood,
Japanese import.
BMW.
But it's made by. Oh yeah. All right. I'm ready for you. Okay, you call it.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is on, folks.
Hey, where you going?
Well, let's just say nowhere.
Oh,
Ah,
you just crashed your dad's BMW.
Tiger Racing.
You know, there's a book called the Slot Car Bible.
there's a what?
There's a book called the Slot Car Bible.
Oh, I need that.
You have it?
I don't have it for sale, but it was written by a guy, Bob Schleicher, who's been writing about slot cars for 50 years. But I'm in that book.
Oh, I never thought I
Right,
would
Dad,
caught
you
up.
tell me when you want me to go really fast.
You're not catching up. What? No, what?
I almost took Brian's fingers off there.
I'm scared. I just slowed down. Or did you go faster?
Laps to go, folks. All right, last lap, okay? So one lap and supposed to finish lap. Final lap. Go on, Zach.
I'm almost there, I'm almost there, I'm almost there, I'm almost there.
Oh. Alright, no. There.
Well, folks.
So, at least I won.
You did,
You
congratulations.
did a good job. Good job. Well, that was fun. So, as always, thanks for tuning in and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.